I just started knitting this year, and these are my project plans as a beginner. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Hunter, and today I'm going to be sharing a bit with you about my journey as a crochet artist who's learning to knit. We'll be going over my goals for this year, along with what projects I'm looking forward to, what techniques I'm wanting to learn, and which of these projects is going to help me learn each technique. I'm almost completely self-taught with all of the crafts that I do, whether it's sewing, crochet, or knitting. I started learning to crochet when I was 9, and then I was taught how to knit very basics of knitting when I was 11, and I was able to knit stockinette stitch on straight needles, but I don't know, it didn't stick with me as a kid. I think just my child brain could grasp crocheting way more easily than learning how to knit for some reason. I then tried to learn to knit again when I was 22, which was 3 years ago now. Fast forward to October of this past year, I found this beautiful yarn in Texas, and I just knew that the ombre dye on it was going to display way better as a knit project than a crochet project. So I just made a very long stockinette stitch scarf, freehanded it and everything, and it turned out beautifully. Hopefully I can find a picture for you because I have no idea where it is. I was trying to find it for this video and I could not find it. So if I have a photo, it will be here. While I was knitting that scarf, I accidentally discovered continental knitting, which if you don't know what that is, it's knitting without wrapping your yarn around the needles a million times like you do with English style. Some people prefer that method. I don't. I think it's unnecessary. For me personally, I think it's extra work. I think it takes longer, and I think it's confusing. So I don't do it that way. I realized that I could just scoop the yarn through the loop and it was doing the exact same thing. So I thought I discovered something that no one else in the world knew about, even though knitting has been around for centuries or however long, probably longer than that. And come to find out, it is a thing that already exists because I'm not special, and it's called continental knitting. So yeah, if one of your holdbacks with knitting is that it takes longer to work up than crochet, try to learn continental knitting. My friend, who also is a crochet artist and started knitting the same time that I did, she prefers English style. So I don't know. Different strokes for different folks. If you would like to see a video on how I learned to knit as a crochet artist, please let me know in the comments, because in this video, I just want to focus on my personal goals with knitting and the projects that I'm looking forward to. The first project I'm looking forward to is a raglan sweater. I've kind of already accomplished this by knitting my first raglan baby tee, which if you're interested in watching that vlog, you can click here to check it out. Back in October, my boyfriend and I took a trip to Peru, and I bought a lot of baby alpaca yarn, and I knew exactly what I wanted to make with it. I also knew that I wasn't ready to make it yet. So I know a lot of people say to not hoard your yarn for when your skills are better or for a specific project, but I did, and no regrets, because it gave me something to work towards, and now I'm here and I'm super excited about it. I actually have knit a second raglan t-shirt, which is being blocked out right now in another room, so I can't show you that yet, but hopefully while I'm editing this, it'll be ready and I can insert a clip of it. I definitely am feeling optimistic that I'll be able to make a raglan sweater now, because it's just the same thing and then going back and continuing to make the sleeves longer. So feeling very hopeful about that. I definitely think I can do it. The only thing that would stop me is if I didn't buy enough yarn, because I don't live in Peru, obviously. So if I'm out of it, I'm out of it, and that'll be a sad story, but hopefully that doesn't happen. The second project is a pair of knit shorts. I actually might make these first since it is still summertime, or maybe work on the shorts and the sweater at the same time and kind of flip-flop between the two of these projects when I need a break from either one. But I feel like I'm a lot more comfortable with the skill of doing make one lefts and make one rights, and that's what you need to do the increases on the shorts. So I feel like this will be a quick and simple enough project that will just further drill that technique into my head and my muscle memory, and then I'll have a pair of shorts. I'm also working on this personal project of narrowing down my wardrobe to somewhat of a capsule wardrobe, and one of the things that I do need is a comfortable pair of shorts to sleep in. So I'll definitely be making that. Project number 3 is a pair of socks. I know. Ambitious for someone with not a lot of patience, not a very good attention span, and yeah. I have been shying away from making a pair of socks since the beginning of my knitting journey because it just seems like a project that is going to take 5 million years, especially since you have to make 2 of them. Unless you're one-legged, then good for you. You only have to make 1. The grass is always greener, I guess. I don't know. But honestly, I guess when I think about it, the way that I do knit pretty fast. And if I don't use a fingering weight yarn, it shouldn't take terribly long. And also, I just do enjoy the process of knitting. I didn't used to before, but the more that I knit, every project that I knit, I love it more and more and more. So maybe it won't be that bad. Also, I am making these for my boyfriend because lately his feet have been so chilly. He just keeps complaining that his feet are freezing, and he has even started wearing socks to bed like a freak. So he definitely needs some handmade socks, I think. And I know that he loves handmade things, and he will love if I make him a pair of socks. He will appreciate it, value it, and take care of them. So I don't mind going through the pain of knitting socks for my lovely boyfriend and his extremely cold feet. The 4th project that I'm wanting to make is a raglan cardigan with buttonholes. I know that I already have in my plans to make a raglan sweater, but I really want to learn how to add buttonholes to things or work it into the project. And I feel like using a setup that I'm already familiar with is going to allow me to really focus on just the buttonhole aspect of it. I've been looking a lot at the striped cardigan by Loopy Studio. If you're on Pinterest at all, I'm sure that you have seen this cardigan all over Pinterest. It's beautiful. It's stunning. Wow. I don't know if I'm going to use this pattern specifically because the shape of the cardigan is not really what I'm going for personally, but there is a video tutorial up on YouTube, which I'll put that in the description as well. But I'm going to use the video tutorial as a loose guide on how to incorporate the ribbed, hem or border that includes the buttonholes in it, because you do it all as one piece. You don't have to add it on later, which is, I love that. Also, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's thundering all of a sudden. So if you hear any rumbling, that's what it is. It's thunder. I also think that doing a colorful striped pattern will really help me destash my yarn, which my boyfriend will be eternally grateful for. He does not in any way try to prevent me from purchasing yarn. He does not discourage me at all when it comes to really anything that I do. He's extremely supportive, but I do feel kind of bad because there is a yarn monster consuming our home, and that's my fault because it's my yarn everywhere. But it'll get used up in this sweater and it'll look great. And I'm really looking forward to making a colorful sweater because I struggle a lot with seasonal depression, and having a colorful wardrobe really does help kind of cope with that, believe it or not. So yeah, looking forward to this project. The 5th and final project on my docket is a Fair Isle or any type of color work sweater. I know, lots of sweaters in this video, and it's July, but this is not a summer knitting inspo video. This is my knitting inspo video for me. And if this inspires you, then great. If not, I don't really know what to do with that information. I've obviously already worked with striping with the raglan baby tee that I made, although that technique, striping in the round, could definitely use some fine tuning if I'm being honest. But I want to try to make something that has a design or a motif in it, which also, by the way, that is how you pronounce that word. Motif. Not motive. Not motif. Motif. No shade, no tea. I saw a video a couple years ago and someone kept pronouncing it that way with an American accent, by the way. So I'm not making fun of anyone who doesn't speak English. I'm not making fun of anyone in general. I'm just saying that if you don't know now, you do in fact know that that is a way you pronounce it anyway. I'm sorry, I got off track. I think a true Fair Isle sweater with the design all the way throughout the sweater is gonna just be a lot and overwhelming as my first one. So I did start looking at more minimal takes on it, like sweaters where it just has the design across the top or where it's along the bottom and the cuffs. I think that that might be a little bit more approachable as a beginner. So I will definitely be trying to find some patterns, which, by the way, if you do know what the style is called, please let me know. Some people were calling it a folk floral pattern on Pinterest. This pink one, I can put the pattern link in the description because I did find that on Pinterest. And that was the one that was called a folk floral pattern. But otherwise I don't know what words to use when trying to search for a pattern online. So if you know the right term for this style that I'm looking at, then let me know in the comments, please and thank you. And while I am looking at these pictures, I'm thinking maybe I should do a simpler color work project before I do this one to work up to it, but honestly, I'm just probably not going to do that. I'm going to do this and then get pissed when it doesn't turn out perfect on the first try, but that's just who I am. I am who I am. What can I say? And with that, we have reached the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're also a beginner knitter, I hope this inspired you. Please be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I will be vlogging each of these projects, so go ahead and turn on the notifications and you will not miss a thing. Let me know in the comments which project you're looking forward to the most, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!